Now, let's get over to our very own Kim Khan for this week's Catalyst Watch and I believe a recap of last week's Twitter poll.
Yeah, looking at last week's Twitter poll, question was whether people think Elon Musk would eventually get hold of Twitter, and our respondents were resounding, yes, he will. About 70% of them said that he'd eventually be the owner. I'm not sure if that's because they think he'll get eventually a price he wants, or he'll just be forced to pay the original $54.20. But we'll see. Our current poll we've got going is going to be talking about what's happening next week, and that's going to be on Netflix. Again, two of my favorite things, macro and TV. Netflix earnings coming next week, and one thing you're going to hear from them is that probably a strong dollar impacted their results, but you're going to hear that from a lot of companies. I wrote about this. It's going to be the new excuse. It's the new supply chain. Strong dollar, caused us to miss expectations. But more interesting for Netflix shareholders is going to be any details on their ad-supported tier and when it might launch. Now, Netflix hasn't said they're going to launch it until 2023 officially, but a lot of insiders saying that they want to start as soon as November, steal a march on Disney's ad-supported tier, which is scheduled for December. So we'll see, if they've got any more details on that. And our poll is just going to be about whether you'd watch an ad-supported Netflix.
Yeah, and just to remind everybody, the poll on Twitter is found on the profile at Weekend Bite. Go check it out. Give us a nice little poll review or answer so that we can recap it next week. Kim, quick question. Do you expect with all these Netflix ad tiers, Disney ad tiers, I'm kind of thinking that they're going to have to find a way to maybe they don't have to find a way, but they probably will find a way to partner with a bunch of different companies just to get the user base to the ad-supported tier so that they can start collecting data on these users, because that's how they're going to leverage for higher ad revenue, right?
Yeah, I think so. And basically what they're going to try and leverage for these advertisers is the information they already have on the users. I think they're going to try and do some more interactive features so that they can get more. Maybe you get like a free month if you opt into something. The trouble is that they've tried different things. Netflix certainly has. They've tried with video games, tried to get them more interactive, and it hasn't really worked for them so far. So whether they can get the kind of stats that the ad companies are really going to want to have is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. All right, Kim, have a great weekend. Appreciate it.
Thanks, you too.
All right, now before we get out of here, just a reminder, if you're not subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button. Leave us a comment, rating, or review. It helps us get this valuable information out to others like yourself. And that's all for this week. I'm Daniel Snyder. Have a great weekend, everyone. Want to listen to the full episode as a podcast? Subscribe to Wall Street Breakfast and get Weekend Bite every Saturday morning in your favorite podcast app.